Good morning. Welcome back to Green Heart Glowing. I'm Kara, and I'm going to be doing an energy reading for you for the week of the 9th through the 15th of August, beginning with an angel card to open the energy. Hope you're doing well. We have a big eclipse coming this week, the headliner. But let's slow down and tune into this energy. Creativity, big eclipse in Leo, and a lot of planets and transits, like a lot of Leo energy going on this week. Mercury is moving into Leo starting today, actually, which is the 9th. Creativity, just such a perfect word for this type of energy that Leo brings forward. That art, and even Venus that just moved into Libra, that beauty, art, creativity, tapping into those parts of ourselves that have a way of bringing forward all this heavy energy we've been moving through for so long now. It's almost like the amount of heaviness is weighing people down to a point where their creativity has kind of stopped feeling like the channel can flow. And that is one of the best ways actually to help it flow. So that seems like a really good reminder of, even though things do feel dark, even though there's a lot going on, how can you turn that sort of like into something that helps you alchemicalize, is that the right way to say that word? The energy into something, into output of some kind. It doesn't have to be anything amazing. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Just remember that that's available. Creativity is available as an outlet to the emotional heaviness that the body is holding. Even just writing or, and at the same time, it's like, it's okay if you're also too tired to do any of that. Because sometimes it is like, yeah, I would love to be creative right now, but I am so weighed down. I am so freaking tired from everything happening in my life, in the world. I'm saying this in general, but I'm saying my life. That it's just not available, and that's okay too. But if it does feel at all like something that has stirred in you, this would be a perfect week for that. And let's pull Nature's Whispers. This card is for your own interpretation. So whatever I pull, the first thing that comes up that the card made you think of, that's what the meaning is for you. That's what it's pointing to, okay? I'm not going to translate this one for you. I'm going to let your intuition speak to you. Okay. Let love be your beacon. Card number 42. So whatever this brings up for you, the first thing that you think of, where do you need to lead with love? Where have you been feeling like maybe resistance to something or someone, maybe like anger, resentment, those types of things. I said I wouldn't translate it for you. But yeah, just kind of slowing down and thinking about like, what is this card bringing up for me? Even the image, the colors, like any of it. The oracle cards are all about you bringing forward your intuition, making space to have your intuition nudge you into a direction that this can help you sort of tune into. So there's the card for this week. And if you'd ever want to share, like, what did this card bring up for you? And when I pulled it up, I'd love to know. I would love to know what situations or, kinds of situations are going on for you with all of the energy that's happening this week. And speaking of that, I'm gonna just say this will probably be a more intensely felt week, particularly the first half of the week. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have these so many transits happening at one time between today and then the eclipse on Wednesday. And with eclipses, the buildup a lot of times is more intense than the actual eclipse day. Because once you've gotten to the eclipse, all of this has gotten more and more and more intense, and it's ready for its release on the eclipse day. So that being one reason why the beginning half of the week will probably feel more intense than the second half of the week. The second half of the week being more of the then fallout of what the eclipse and everything in the beginning of the week brought. But then we also have, like I said, Mercury is moved into Leo today. And then Mercury immediately squares Chiron, which is the wound, the part of ourselves that is getting lessons on healing and, all of that kind of softer, tender space that we would rather maybe not look at. That's kind of the immediate thing that's going to happen today. And then also Mercury will be opposing Pluto, and that's going to happen on Tuesday, right before the eclipse happens. Mercury opposing Pluto is likely to bring up the stuff you weren't wanting to look at, the stuff that's been going on beneath the surface. Mercury is ruler of communication, conversations, thoughts. You might just have a sudden realization about something where Pluto brings up hey, look at this now, look at this and see this. And now you're ready to release it when the moon eclipse happens on Wednesday. So whatever you learn the beginning of this week that might feel difficult or uncomfortable, or just some sort of like I said, conversation, you may just have some information come to you that changes your perspective on something that's been happening. This isn't just brand new this week. This is something that's been happening in your life for a while now that is going to become more clearly hey, look at this. This is what's actually been happening. And you likely already know that this is what's been happening, but here it is, okay? So that's Mercury's transits, the beginning of the week. Then we also have Venus making aspects the beginning of the week as well. One with Pluto, which is a trine. That's a more harmonious aspect, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be comfortable per se. It could just be a softer way to process the information that Mercury opposing Pluto will bring up. So we have all this intensity around Venus with love and relationships and how Mercury wants to process it all and, figure it out, and Pluto bringing up this underworld stuff. And then the eclipse is on the South Node. The South Node is a release point. The South Node represents what we are transforming and moving away from in order to help our souls evolve towards the North Node. Okay, that's the point of the nodes. South Node is always a release. We're moving towards the North Node in our life path. So with the South Node being with an eclipse, it's just such a moment of whatever this was, whatever you've been having this maybe feeling of resistance to, or not getting clarity around, not feeling like you have specifically gotten enough information to where you're ready to then let this thing go. I think this is going to be the week where you do get that, or you at least get closer to it. Okay, every transit will bring you a little bit closer. And it's not to say that the eclipse is just, oh, you've released it, now it's gone forever. Things always can come back around. If you've noticed, you'll have relationships with people where you're oh, this person reminds me of that person that I was just dating. Or, you know, you keep kind of having these karmic soul lessons coming back in different forms, different people, different jobs, like, but it feels similar. It feels like this has happened before. I've been here before. What is this here again for? So don't feel this pressure right now to, oh, this eclipse is coming. That means I have to hurry up and like let this thing go. Because if you're struggling with letting it go, this might just be the point where you say, I see it. I'm moving towards wanting to release it. I know that that's probably where this is heading, but I still need more time. I still need more information, and that's okay too. Like, that's all part of your specific soul's path, and there's no rush. There's no reason why you have to feel pressure and any transit to make this big declaration, cut everything off, and like move on. If you're ready for that, then that's great. This is a great week for that, but not if you're not ready. So just putting that in your frame of reference to anytime you hear about, oh, this is a big letting go week. Oh, we're gonna finally release the pattern. We're gonna finally, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just know that like the energy is there to support you in it, but it doesn't mean it all has to go. So that will be like the main astrology happening. I also have been starting to do shorts on YouTube and also on my new Instagram account, which we're experimenting with. We'll see how that goes. But doing shorts that are about the specific transit like happening, I'll say maybe a couple days before, oh, today Venus is moving into Libra and here's what that's going to bring up. So I'm not diving deeply into every single transit that's happening in these videos. These videos are just for a broader, general, like, here's what the big picture of next week is going to look like. So if you want to know more about the like specific transits, just keep an eye out for throughout the week. I'll have shorts coming out about the bigger transits happening and what they mean in more detail. Okay, so with saying all of that, let's pull one last card to help support you in this week's big energy. And know that wherever you are right now, that's exactly right. That's exactly what's supposed to be happening. You're learning exactly what you're supposed to be learning. You're not behind and nothing has gone wrong. And there's no pressure to make huge life decisions just because we have an eclipse coming up. You know, just because we're in eclipse season, it's like maybe the best thing that you can do is, I don't know, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. I'm going to let the eclipse show me. I'm going to let whatever the energy that comes into my life or leaves my life, it's going to happen whether or not you're trying to consciously make it come or go. Like that's what's great about just kind of saying, I let this go. It's in your hands, divine spirit. It's in your hands. I trust you to show me and keep guiding me to the next place that I'm meant to go. And when you do that, you can soften, you can relax, you can breathe, and then you're able to receive, you're able to see clearly and not make decisions from that rushed, like, oh my God, an eclipse is coming. What do I have to release? What's the next thing I have to release? Like, that's where astrology can get people to feel like anxiety even more than we probably are already feeling. All right, message in a bottle. I love this card. This is card number 15. What was that number? 42. And I will just read the brief message about this one because I do think sometimes these can help say the words that maybe clarify it a bit more. Okay, and this is about communication, a sign. Pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. Yes, always ask for signs, especially when you're feeling confused, lost, don't know what to do. Genuinely like dropping in and saying, please send me a sign, make it specific, make it clear. And then when you get that sign, trust it. You know, don't say, I think that was it, but I'm not sure. I'll wait for another one, you know. Trust that that was the sign that you were meant to receive and look for it this week. When you believe, you receive them. and you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing. Mercury, all these Mercury transits. Someone might say the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. All right. Great way to end. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. Happy eclipse, and I will see you guys next week.